Hey, Robin Robbins here, founder of technologymarketingtoolkit.com. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 critical communications all MSPs need to be sending to their existing clients. They're marketing communications, but they're even more than that, especially right now during this corona crisis when everybody's world's falling apart and people are melting down and really struggling. And if you want more strategies like this, right below this video is a button or a link to a full webinar I did on how to do marketing right now in client communications and save contracts and save cancellations and preserve your revenue. And it was a fantastic webinar, and it's completely, totally free. I give you tons of examples. I give you templates that you can use right now for prospecting, for client communications. So right below this video, after you've watched it and given me a like or a subscribe, make sure you do that. Then go and get that webinar. It's on demand. You can watch it for free. I got a lot of great feedback on it, and I know it's going to help you. So one of the things I talked about in this webinar in depth, of course, with examples, is that you have to be communicating with your clients right now. And the 3 things that are crucial for you to communicate is, number 1, are you still in business and delivering support? And how are you delivering support? Are you doing remote on-sites? If not, how do they get support? What are your help desk hours? Do you have extended hours? You got to make sure your clients know how to get help, and they got to know if you are doing site visits, what precautions you're putting in place to stop the spread of the coronavirus. Like, you're going to make sure that all employees wash their hands before entering and use Clorox wipes on all keyboards if they're doing a site visit. They're wearing masks, I don't know, whatever it is. Or if you're not doing site visits, you got to communicate that as well, that you're not doing site visits to comply with keeping the virus under control, and therefore putting all projects on hold and providing remote support. And you also probably want to let them know that you're dealing with a ticket tidal wave, because we're hearing that from a lot of our clients. It'll settle down at some point, but you got to let clients know we're not ignoring you. We're still in business. We're just getting an unbelievable increase in tickets right now, and we will get to you. So it's important that you communicate that. One, that how you're delivering support. The second thing that you want to communicate is, what are you going to do to keep them up, working, and productive? Now, with some clients, if they were good little clients and you did a good job at selling them, they have a disaster recovery plan, and you are triggering that right now. And you're saying, here, we're going to roll out the disaster recovery plan as we put together, and here's what we're going to do to get you to work remote. Now, if they didn't have a disaster recovery plan, you might want to communicate, here's a quick fix Band-Aid we're going to put on things right now to get employees to work from home. And then here's what we're going to do as a longer term fix, because we don't know how long this is going to go on. And you need to have this in place, because what if something like this happened again? Another disaster where you couldn't get into your office, fire, flood, tornado, another coronavirus outbreak, who knows? So you need to be communicating with your clients, here's what we're doing now in the short term, and here's what we're going to be doing in the long term, so that we are keeping you up and productive and running. And you might start putting together proposals for clients that allow them to work remote, so that the phones can get answered, so that support can happen, that they can work, and they can work securely. And another thing you want to communicate under that same umbrella of how you're going to help them work from home is what they need to be doing to keep their data secure. So you might want to put together a checklist of things. If you're working from home, here's some things to make sure you do, and here's some things you want to make sure you don't do, particularly if you are using home PCs or other devices that aren't company-owned devices. So that's critical. And then the third thing you want to communicate to your customers are resources that go beyond your current deliverables. You want to be a source of help for them right now. People are scared. They're freaked out. And our clients that have had huge, amazing response, generating leads and goodwill like crazy, they're putting together videos and checklists and sort of an email notification list of ideas of how to keep your employees up and working and productive and safe, and how to use technology to survive what's going on right now. So those are real quick. I go into them in more depth in the webinar. That is the link right below this video. You just click on it. It takes you to a page, and you can watch that webinar on demand and get these 3 critical communications in more depth, as well as give you tips for what kind of marketing you should be doing right now, what kind of marketing you should stop doing. We're going to give you actual templates for prospecting. I'm going to give you examples of what our other members are doing and other resources as well. I'm going to talk about how do you stem the flow of cancellations and no pays and everything else. That's all in this webinar. I know you're going to get a lot out of it. So give me a like or a subscribe, and or both, and then go and get this webinar. It's phenomenal information, and it's stuff that will inspire you, because this will come to an end, my friends. I know it's really tough. It will come to an end, and there are going to be losses, but let's do as much as we can to preserve revenue, preserve relationships, and get ahead of replacing the revenue that you might lose from companies going out of business or reducing their contracts or whatever's going to go on. Who the heck knows? Things are so crazy right now. So God bless you all. IT guys, you are the heroes of business. Thank you for everything you do. And this is my gift to you, giving you this webinar. So go ahead and get it now. Thanks.